What's up, guys? Jeff from Star Guitar Works back with an exclusive unboxing video for you. And the reason I say that this is exclusive is because it's the first one here on YouTube. As a matter of fact, this particular guitar is probably one of the first ones that have been manufactured. These literally just came out. They're pretty much sold out everywhere. There's just a few out there here and there. I purchased this particular one from Chicago Music Exchange, as you can see on the box. Hopefully we're going to get some great service and a great quality guitar from them. So far everything's been great. But I'll give you a brief overview of this series of guitars before we get started with the unboxing, just to give you some knowledge of what type of guitar it is and where the Deluxe line came from. Now, Fender has always had a Deluxe line essentially within their Mexican series, but they also had a Deluxe line within the American series. Well, they discontinued the American Deluxe series this past year and came out with the American League. And what they did is essentially rolled some of those American Deluxe features into the new Mexican Deluxe line. Now, of course, they're not called the Mexican Deluxe line, but it's just the Fender Deluxe. They're great features all in all. You've got locking tuners, you've got noiseless pickups, you've got a contoured heel at the neck joint, and these features are standard across the board with the new Mexican Deluxe line. So, as you can see from the title down here, in the box over here, we have got the 2016 Fender Deluxe Nashville Telecaster in Daphne Blue. So, instead of wasting any more time, let's just get right to the unboxing. And we're going to keep the camera rolling here, no matter what. We're not going to do any takes. This is just a total free-for-all, fly by the seat of our pants. Now, as always mentioned in my unboxing videos, I prefer it when retailers double box their guitars, and as you can see here, Chicago Music Exchange knows how to do it right because they've double boxed this guitar. I actually recently purchased a guitar, and I did film an unboxing video for it, but I haven't posted it yet, on an EVH Wolfgang that was not double boxed and showed up here damaged. That's one of the reasons I haven't posted the video, is because it was a unboxing fail. So anyway, here we are. Standard paper packing material. And inside, you probably can't see it, but maybe you can. There's our Fender box. It's got styrofoam all the way around in there, which is pretty cool. And there's a little sticker on here that says photo, and it says crossed out. So maybe this is the one that was used for the web page ad. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's check it out. Now, this is an interesting concept. What they've done to make sure that this guitar is safe inside the other box is they've actually glued styrofoam. So what does that tell you about how Chicago Music Exchange, cares about how a guitar arrives to its customer? Like I mentioned, I recently purchased a Wolfgang, and it showed up pretty much destroyed because it was just shipped in this little box. So, kudos to Chicago Music Exchange. They pack them right. Alright, here we go. This is the good stuff. Now, this guitar does come with a gig bag, I know that. And actually back there in that box, we've got a tweed case that we're going to look at too. So, what do we got here? We've got your typical Fender case candy. You know, the manual, sticker, truss rod adjustment tool, Allen key. It's nice to see that that's in there. Looks like we've got the straps for the gig bag. Set those aside. Pull out this gig bag. It's pretty interesting because right off the bat, I can tell that Fender feels like they're using a new material for their gig bag. It's a little bit softer and it feels a little bit more padded than some of the Fender gig bags that I've felt in the past. Cool gig bag, nice pocket. It's actually, like I said, it feels softer and more padded than some of the other gig bags that I've had from Fender. So, let's see what we got here. And of course, we're going to try and squeeze in a little demo of this baby through the Hot Rod Deluxe here when we get done. So I guess this will be an unboxing slash mini review slash demo. And hopefully you're as excited as I am to see this new lineup of guitars, because I think it's really cool. Nothing else really in the bag there. We got the plastic on here, and boy, that Daphne Blue shows right through the bag. It's not like Sonic Blue, which is almost white. This Daphne Blue is definitely blue. So, let's see if we can get this out of here without too much hassle, without destroying the bag. Alright, there you go. So there she is, and I gotta tell you, the Daphne Blue looks simply beautiful. So, let's run some close-ups here for you. There's the headstock. That has a little bit of a redesigned logo there, which is pretty interesting. There's the locking tuners, and these aren't really like staggered or short post. So it does have, as you can see, the American standard string tree, which is nice. And it looks like they've essentially upgraded the bridge to the American standard style bridge. These look like stainless saddles. So of course, you know, you've got 5-way switching because you've essentially got a Telecaster Strat, Telecaster pickup configuration, which emulates a Strat setup. So I'm just going to take a second here while we're together and look over the guitar from a fit and finish standpoint, because I know a lot of you guys are curious about how well a guitar is put together. So you just have to bear with me here. If I'm a little bit quiet, it just means that I'm looking at every detail of the guitar very closely. And so fit and finish looks excellent. I don't see any issues from that standpoint. Neck pocket is nice and clean. I actually really like, you know, it's got a satin finish on, the neck. Cool. Obviously rosewood fretboard, perloid inlays, which is cool. It's a nice look. Better than just cheap plastic. These look really nice. But also, the face of the headstock is basically satin. Now typically when they did these satin finishes, they would be just on the back of the neck, and then the face of the headstock would be gloss, and if it was a maple neck it would be gloss. But on this particular guitar, it basically looks like a satin finish on the headstock as well. So here you can see the contoured neck heel. Now this is something that previously was only available on the American Deluxe series. And this is the first time I've held a Fender that has this contoured neck heel. And it feels good. It certainly does help you get down there in the dusty area fairly easily. Still kind of looking over the guitar here from a fit and finish standpoint. And it looks really good. Weight wise, it's like your typical Telecaster weight, probably around 8 pounds. It's not super light, and it's not super heavy. Almost in tune. Sounds a little flat. But all in all, it looks really great. So what do we got here? Mint pick guard. Like I said, noiseless pickups, Tele pickup, Strat pickup, Tele pickup, 5-way switching. Got the block saddles, modern bridge, standard Strat buttons. Obviously string through. Got the contoured neck heel here. Satin finish neck. pearloid fret markers. These are tall, narrow frets. This is something that I've never seen on a Mexican guitar before. Right now I'm feeling the fret ends and they feel excellent. There is zero, it's really, really nice. I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I know some Fender, I've played a lot of Fender, you know, Mexican guitars in the store. I haven't owned a lot of them, mostly Americans. And it's not uncommon for them to have fret sprout. And these frets feel really good. The frets look nicely polished. You probably can't pick that up in the video, but they're nice and glassy looking, which is cool. And all in all, it looks great. Like I mentioned, it's got the Fender locking tuners, but what they did on this line is that they went to the vintage button instead of the large button. So kind of has a little bit of that vintage look, but with the locking tuners, which is awesome. Trying to think if there's any other details that we could cover here before we get started with a little demo on the Deluxe. It looks really good. Action, it looks a tad high, but that's all a matter of preference. I would definitely say that it needs, probably the reason that the action is high is that it needs a truss rod adjustment. There's a little bit too much relief in the neck. But one thing you got to remember is that it has been in the back of a humid and hot UPS truck for a couple of days, so probably once it gets a little acclimated here in the house, that'll get better. It's not major. It's not like it's a major bow. It's just, it definitely needs a little, maybe quarter turn tweak of the truss rod, and that'll probably bring the action down a little bit lower. Lower. So anyway, let's do this. Let's plug this into the Hot Rod Deluxe, tune her up real quick, and see how she sounds. So hopefully you get the most bang for your buck out of this unboxing video here, because a lot of the review videos that you see on new guitars are mostly done by retailers that have to sell the product. So if the fit and finish is crappy, or if it sounds like crap, whatever, they're not going to tell you that. Now, I've watched a lot of review videos on Andertons with Chappers and the Captain, and I think they're fairly honest sometimes, but not completely, because like I said, they have to sell the merchandise that they're reviewing. I don't have to, so if you've watched my videos, you know that I'm always very honest. So everything that I'm telling you right here today is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The guitar really does, from a fit and finish standpoint, look excellent. So obviously tuning up now using the tuners. Tuners feel good. Don't hear any pinging of the nut as we tune up. So hopefully that means that we're not going to get any nut binding and tuning stability issues. Acoustically, rings out nice. You can feel it resonating right up here in the chest through the body, which is nice. Now obviously, I'm going to give this guitar a full setup because everyone likes their guitar set up to their own specifications, but we'll get right to what we're all waiting for here. That would be the neck pickup. So we'll go neck, middle. Middle and bridge. then to the bridge. Very Tele-like. So, most of you that have watched my videos know that I suck on guitar. So don't use my playing as a fair example of how the guitar sounds or how it performs. I think it sounds pretty good. Obviously, I need to run it through its paces, do my full setup on it, put my preferred brand of strings on, mess with the amp settings a little bit. I should note that it's also new amp day for me in addition to new guitar day. So I literally just got this Fender, I can't even remember the name, go figure. I mean, I know it's a Hot Rod Deluxe, but it slipped my mind for a moment there. But anyway, I just picked up the Hot Rod Deluxe today. So I haven't even had a chance to really mess with that and tweak that. But obviously it's having a little bit of a hard time staying in tune because, like I said, it's been stuck on a UPS truck for a couple of days, and the temperatures here in the Midwest in general, this came from Chicago to Michigan, it's been extremely hot and extremely humid. So I'm not going to fault it for being a little bit unstable, being out in 90, almost 100 degree weather, and then coming into my nice cool living room where it's about 72 degrees. So but I dig it. I dig the feel of the neck. I think the neck feels great. It's a C profile, which is very common on most Fenders. You know what you're going to end up with. It's actually pretty nice. It's not too skinny. It's got a little bit of girth to it, and the satin finish feels excellent. And like I said, the fretwork is really good, which is nice. It just feels really good in the hand. But anyway, so there you go. What else can I say? It's the 2016 Fender Deluxe Series Nashville Telecaster in Daphne Blue with a rosewood fretboard, noiseless pickups, locking tuners. It feels really nice in the hand. It looks nice. I think it sounds pretty damn good. Hopefully I'll be able to do a full review from a amp playing demo standpoint. But I just wanted to put something together for you guys really quick because I know a lot of you guys are probably curious about this particular guitar. Give you a little another little shot there of the guitar. It's nice, man. I dig the color. I dig the feel. Who doesn't love Telecasters? And I think that the Nashville setup is pretty cool because you're kind of getting two guitars in one. You're getting the Strat pickup configuration will give you that Strat middle position tone. I gotta tell you too, I just woke up, man, so if it wasn't bad enough that I totally suck on guitar, I suck even worse right now. But so anyway, I like this configuration, and here's the deal. Is what's cool about this guitar is that if you're not vibing on having a middle pickup, Strat pickup on your Telecaster, but you like the styling, you like the features like the contoured heel and the locking tuners, all you gotta do is get a new pick guard, take the Strat pickup out of the mix, and you'll have a standard Telecaster. So anyway, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. But before we go, let's do another really quick unboxing. And I promise this one will be really quick because there's not a lot to tell here. This is the tweed case from Musician's Friend. Brand name is Musician's Gear. And compared to even the Fender Pro Series tweed case that's made in China, like this is considerably cheaper. This was on sale for $59.99. The Fender Pro tweed case that's made in China is $120, so it's half the price, and it's certainly much more affordable than a G&G made in the USA case. So even though the guitar came with a gig bag, I prefer to keep my guitars in cases. I ordered this at the same time. It showed up on the same day. How perfect is that? So let's take a look at this tweed case. Now, here's some difference in packaging from Chicago Music Exchange to Musician's Friend. This showed up this way, to where literally it's ripped open already. My wife said that one's already open when it showed up. So kudos to Chicago Music Exchange again for packing their shipments correctly. It means a lot when it shows up and it's not damaged and you can enjoy it. And the excuse that I got from the other retailer on the previous guitar was, we can't afford to double box everything, which they're a pretty big retailer, trust me, they can afford it. And I probably won't buy from them again. So anyway, let's tear into this thing. Won't take much since the box is already half open. Now I will say that the case is securely packed in there. There was plenty of packing material, so no issues there. And it is enclosed in a bag, which I guess protects it, which is cool. So, and for $59.99 to get a hard shell case for your Strat or your Telecaster, your old Telecaster, I don't see how you can go wrong. So here we are. Nice looking case. It is a plywood construction case. Shut up, Aggie. That's my bulldog. Aggie, be quiet. So there you go. Nice plush liner, and it's a nice guitar case. Certainly wouldn't have any complaints with that whatsoever. So anyway, I'm gonna go convince my dog to be quiet, or at least try to. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. So please, if you dig it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. We've got hopefully more videos coming your way. And if you got any questions about this particular guitar, let me know. Leave comments down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions as quickly as possible. Take it easy, guys.